Hey there, I'm Adrienne, and in this class, we're going to be exploring gate pose and all the movements that you can do from gate pose. I really love this pose. If you don't know what it is, don't worry, you will quickly find out. And let's go ahead and get started. You don't need anything for practice, maybe other than your yoga mat, although you can actually do this practice on the floor too. And the only thing that you might want is something to cushion your knees, like a towel or a blanket, if you've got knee sensitivities. So let's go ahead and make our way into child's pose position. Bring your big toes towards each other. Take your knees as wide as comfortable for you. And then you can start to drop your chest forward and walk your hands towards the front of your mat. Relax your forehead down. And it might feel good to shift around, wiggle around, just settle in. And when you feel ready, invite your eyes to close, or you can just let the eyelids grow heavy. We'll start by taking some nice deep full breaths into the back body, breathing in completely all the way to the top of that breath. And exhale fully through the nose or the mouth, let it all go. Breathing in all the way to the top of that breath. And exhale completely through the nose or the mouth. One more just like that. And then feel your lips. And just connect to a nice, easy, and natural rhythm of breath, whatever that means for you. Now start to press down into the tops of your feet, so much so that your hips actually lift slightly away from the heels. Press down into your palms. Make sure that your hands are slightly wider than your shoulders. And then press down through your palms and keep pressing into the tops of your feet, but press into your hands and send your hips towards your heels. So much so that your arms actually start to lift away from the mat. Take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. And then nice and slow, let's make our way up into tabletop pose, coming to all fours. So set up your foundation well with the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And just because we are going to be on the wrists a lot today, let's warm them up slightly. So just start to shift forward and back. Press into all 10 finger pads and really connect the place underneath your index finger and your thumb down onto the floor. So a lot of times some people have this sort of like space underneath there. Just check in and notice, and if there's space, really press the palms down as you shift back and forth. And then we're going to start to take that in a circle. So circle your torso around on the palms, nice and slow, feeling the shift of weight from palm to palm. And then reverse direction. Keep pressing the floor away with your hands. Good. And make your way all the way back through center. And then we'll warm up the shoulders a little bit. Walk your hands in front of the shoulders. Bring your forearms down to the floor, elbows underneath the shoulders. Flip your palms up and try to press your thumbnails into the mat. Tap the back of your wrists down onto the floor. If your thumbs don't touch, that's okay. Now start to press the floor away with your forearms. Pull your breastbone up into your spine and shift forward slowly and then back. Bring your shoulders towards your wrists and then press the floor away to come back. Breathing as you move. And you don't have to be going as far as I am. You can do this in a smaller movement, or you can really start trying to bring the shoulders down, press the floor away. Just honor where your body's at today. Last one. And relax, flip the palms down. Let's make our way back up to tabletop pose. All right, so spread your fingers really wide and then extend your left leg straight back behind you. Toes are on the floor to start. Keep pressing the floor away and then stretch your left calf and left hamstring. You can press into your hands to send your heel towards the floor. Breathe. Good, and then shift forward. Bend your left knee and we're gonna circle the knee. Bring your knee in, out, and rotate it back. And then as you're doing this, just check in and notice if you're moving your pelvis or your lower back to help in this movement. And what that'll look like is if you lift your leg out but your hip lifts, right? Then you've gone past that boundary. We're really just circling the femur bone, that upper thigh bone, in the hip socket. And then reverse direction. So press your foot to the ceiling and then turn the knee out, circle it around and in. Make sure you're still pressing the floor away. And you should actually start to feel a little bit in the other hip too, the stabilizing hip. For the one that's on the ground, the knee that's on the ground. Oh, good. And then just shake that out a little bit, relax, sit back on your heels, shake out your hands. And then let's do the other side. So plant your hands down and send your right leg back. Press into your hands, send your heel towards the floor, stretch your calf and hamstring, breathe. And then rock forward, keep pressing the floor away and bend your knee, bring it in towards your chest. Open your knee out to the side, circle it back and around. And just do your best to keep the pelvis and your spine, especially your low back, relatively neutral. Let's do one more circle going this way. And then we're going to reverse direction. So aim your foot towards the ceiling, open the knee out, circle it around and down. Try to keep even weight distributed between your hands. Let's do one more. Good, and then relax, sit back, shake out your hands. All right, so we're going to start to explore our movement from gate pose. So back into tabletop. And then take your right hand out in front of the shoulder, press the floor away with your right hand, and wrap the inside of your elbow in. So you'll feel the eye of your elbow spin forward. Now, if you're prone to hyperextension, keep a soft bend in that elbow. And then send your left leg back, roll to the inside of that foot. You can tap your right toes out to the side and then reach your left arm up. Or you can take left hand to left hip just to start and find your balance. So when you look back at your foot, make sure that you can still see your toes. You don't want them way back here, but you also don't want them out in front of you. You want your body in mostly a nice long straight line, best you can. Wrap the outer armpit in, and then from here, reach your left arm up if it's not there already, and we're just gonna do circles with that left arm, trying not to move the rib cage. So we're targeting that shoulder joint, moving the humerus bone in the shoulder socket. And then reverse direction. Good. And then reach your left arm up. Take your left hand, reach it underneath your right, whoop, out to the side. And then inhale, reach up. We'll do that a couple times. Exhale, twist. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, up. Now we're going to come up into what's a full gate pose. So you can start to lean back and even slide your left leg back a little. Get light in the fingers. Start to find your balance and then rise up. So this is where all of our weight is going to be on that knee. So a blanket or a cushion underneath can be very helpful here. You can bring the inside edge of your left foot down onto the ground. Take your left hand to your outer left thigh. Reach your right arm up. Externally rotate, so palm in, thumb back. Reach up through the fingers and then lean over. Big stretch through the right side. Anchor down through your right knee. And then inhale, come up. And we're going to play a little bit with this transition. So slowly bring your right hand down and then lift your left leg if you can. So any amount somewhere in there, flex your foot. And then we're going to rise. So come back all the way up and over. Down. Option to maybe lift the leg. And up. Good. All the way back through center. Lift that leg. And then we're just going to do little pulses here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Bring those left toes down. Come back into tabletop pose. Take a moment, child's pose. Sit it back. Take a breath. And then let's make our way onto the other side. So back to all fours. Plant your left hand down in front of the left shoulder. Externally rotate that left humerus bone. Inside of the elbow wraps in. Tap your left toes out. Send your right leg back. Roll your right side open. Good. Now, the left knee should be more or less underneath the left hip or a little bit further back, depending on how tight that hip flexor is. Good. And then you can either reach your right hand up or have your right hand on your hip to start, just to find your balance. Press the floor away, hug your front ribs in towards your spine. And then when you're ready, reach your right arm up. And then just little circles here. Try to keep your shoulder blade relatively still on your back. So we're not pulling the shoulder blade back and then reaching. We're just circling that humerus bone, upper arm bone in the socket. And then reverse. Good. And then reach that right hand up. Exhale, twist, right arm underneath the left. Reach out through those fingers. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. Imagine that you wanted to pass someone something, but they're just out of reach. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And then we're going to come up. So start to slide that right leg back. Get light in the left fingers. And then lead with this back hand as you come all the way up. Good. Right hand on your outer right thigh. Reach your left arm up. Spin your pinky in, thumb back. Reach up and then lean over towards your right. Big stretch through the left side. And then nice and slow, make your way back down. We're going to play with that transition. Plant your left hand down. Option to lift your right leg. And then all the way up and over. And back down. Lift. Option to lift. And then all the way up and over. And make your way down. Lift that back leg. And then little pulses here for 5, 4, 3. Flex that foot. 2. And 1. Good. Slowly come on down. Right hand down. Right knee down. Child's pose. Take a little breather. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. All right, so now that you know what our gate pose is, let's make our way back into tabletop and right back into that low gate pose. So I'm gonna refer to low gate pose as the one where the hand is down, and then open gate is when you rise up, just so you know. All right, back to the right side. So plant that right hand down, tap your right toes out, send your left leg back. Option to reach the left arm up or hand on your hip, whatever feels better. I'm gonna have my hand on my hip. Now from here, we're going to play a little bit with our hip mobility. So lift your left leg, flex the foot, and then see if you can bring it straight out in front of you without leaning back too much, and then tap it down. Woo! And then lift, bring it back, tap it down. Lift, hip flexion, bring it forward, tap it down. Try to move with control. Good, let's do one more. Whew. Keep pressing the floor away with the right hand, lower. Good, come all the way up into our open gate pose. All right, adding a twist, reach your arms out with your palms up. Press the inside of your elbows forward, externally rotating, and then imagine that you wanted to touch opposite walls, but if you are prone to hyperextension, like I am, soft bend in the elbows. Pull your front ribs in, and then twist towards your extended leg, your left leg. And then inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Good, inhale, center. Relax, shake out the arms. We're gonna twist to the opposite direction. So arms up, same position, palms up, press the inside of your elbows forward, and then rotate to the right. Bring it back, and rotate. And as you rotate, really pull your front ribs in, and you might almost feel like you're rounding through the upper back. Good, relax, shake it out. From here, start to bring the weight onto the inside of your foot. So you're gonna flex the foot, and your ankle joint should be nice and straight. So sole of your foot off the ground. Now, this might not happen, which is totally fine. You're gonna start to bring more of the weight into your right leg, and then see if you can lean and lift the left leg, whoop, without falling over. Just a little bit of play. You can see I'm not perfect at it. We're just seeing what we can do. Ooh, good, let's try it one more time. Good, I got better by that last time. Nice, and now we're gonna rotate the toes. So pivot on the heel, turn your toes up and down. And then up and down. 2 more or 3 more. Try to keep pressing your heel down into the floor. Good, one more for a good measure. Nice. And then slowly make your way back down into the low gate pose. Maybe lift that left leg. Big inhale. Exhale. We're just gonna go right into the other side. So let me turn around here. Come back into tabletop pose. And then plant your left hand down, tap your left toes out. Open up your right side. Good, nice job. All right, from here, right hand to right hip. You can also have your right arm extended. I just like having my hand here. And again, check in with where that right foot is. So you don't wanna have it too far back. You definitely wanna be able to see your toes, but you also don't want it way out in front of you. Find a nice, long, comfortable position. And then when you're ready, you're gonna lift that right leg, flex your foot, bring it forward, try not to lean back, set it down with control. Lift, bring it back, set it down. We've got 2 more. Lift, forward, down, lift, back, down. 1 more. Whew. Good. Tap those toes down. We're gonna come all the way up. Open gate pose. Nice. All right, from here, we're gonna add our twists. So reach your arms out, palms up, press the inside of your elbows forward, and bring that inside edge of your foot down onto the floor. Pull your front ribs in, twist towards your extended leg, towards the right. And then back through center, and then twist. Back through center, and twist. Good. Back through center, relax, shake it out. Make sure that you're really pressing down through that inside edge. That'll help keep these adductor muscles, your inner thigh muscles, nice and strong. All right, other side, palms up. Press the inside of your elbows forward. Rotate to the left. And as you're rotating, pull your breastbone in towards your spine. So you want to feel that slight rounding. Good. Back through center. Relax, shake it out. All right, hands on your hips. Start to bring the weight into your left knee, and then just see if you can lift your right leg and set it down. Just a little bit of play. We're just asking our body if it can do something. Might be able to, it might not. Try to do it with as much control as you can. Nice. All right, now ankle joint is straight. We're gonna pivot on the heel, turn the toes up towards the ceiling, and then rotate back down. And then up and down, up, down. 2 more for good measure. Good. Whew. Now slowly come all the way back down into your gate pose. Option to lift that leg. And come all the way down. And let's take a child's pose. Sit it back. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. If you need to, you can always flip your palms up, open and close the hands, roll out the fingers, shake out the wrists. All right, we've got one more little bit of work in this fun pose. At least I think it's fun. I hope you think it's fun. So make your way back into tabletop pose. Same thing, we're going right into that low gate pose. Plant the right hand down, tap your right toes out, open up. Good. All right, now from here, lift your left leg and then bring your left knee towards your left elbow. Keep your left side long, so we're not gonna crunch up the side. We just wanna think of the hip flexion. So bring your knee in until you start to move through the spine or the pelvis. And then just bring your knee towards your elbow, elbow towards your knee, and then re-extend and hug it in. Nice and slow and controlled. Keep pressing the floor away with your right hand. We've got 5 of these. So that was 3, 4, you got it, 5. Nice, extend. Whoo, tap that left leg down, left hand to your hip. All right, from here, we're gonna do little circles with this top leg or with your extended leg. So lift, point your toes, and then draw circles that are about the size of a shoebox. Try to keep your pelvis still best you can. And then reverse direction. Whew. Your bottom hip probably feels it, that stabilizer one. Good, and then relax. Whew. Go ahead and come on down. Child's pose, take a little breather. Inhale, exhale. And then we've just got one more side. So I hope you can tell why I love this pose. There's just so many things that you can do from this gate pose. All right, tabletop. Plant your left hand down, tap your left toes out, and open up. Good. Now, we're gonna lift the right leg. Good. Elbow to knee. So without crunching up your side, we just wanna work on that active hip flexion. Keep your pelvis neutral-ish. Elbow towards your knee. Press the floor away with your left hand, and then re-extend. Foot stays flexed the whole time. We've got 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Extend. Tap your toes down. Take a little breather. Inhale and exhale. Keep pressing the floor away. And then when you're ready, we're going to do those little circles. Lift the leg, point the toes, make circles that are about the size of a shoebox or a little smaller. Good. Reverse direction. Whew. And set it down. Whew. Make your way all the way down. Child's pose. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. All right, go ahead and just have a seat. Whew. So you can sit with your legs extended or maybe sit on your booty. And then we're just going to relax the shoulders and the neck a little bit. So take your palms up, pin your elbows to your sides, and then roll up your fingers, make a fist, and then extend. Really open out through that thumb too. And then roll it in and extend and in and extend. Shake it out. Reach your arms out to a T, palms face forward. Take your right arm across your body. Try to touch it to your left hand or anywhere along this left arm. Pull your breastbone in towards your spine, reach, and then open and twist, reach, open, moving side to side. And last one. And relax. Extend your legs out. And then just let your legs fall in and out. A little bit of passive internal and external rotation. Bring your feet a little closer. Bring your feet a little wider. All right, so if you have time, go ahead and take a Shavasana. And if you don't have time, then let's just go ahead and find a comfortable seat. If you want to take Shavasana, then just pause this video, lay on down on your back, take a rest. I always encourage Shavasana, but because this is a nice, short, sweet, and simple class, we'll just close in a seated position, closing the eyes if that feels safe. And taking a few deep breaths to close, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose or the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.